Aloha, my kako. This is Oracle of the Golden Spiral. Today we're here to do a reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I'm going to be working with the Vice Versa Tarot today. If you watch my other readings, I generally turn the cards around so that you can see them. But with this, I tried to do that in the first round I did a few months ago, and it did not work. I wasn't connecting in the same way. So for this reading only, if you want to watch a reading where the cards face you, all my other readings do that except for Vice Versa. So you can go ahead and watch that if it bothers you. Also, I will say that when I usually do this as a personal reading, and so I work with these cards differently. And when I do it as a personal reading, it seems fine, but in the first round, they were a little bit brutal. It just kind of was flowing out. I'm not sure if it was because it was more people's energy or what was going on, but just be prepared for that. And let's see, what else? Oh, my messages aren't dated, so I just trust that they're yours when they find you. Messages are for you when they find you. Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising, please. Okay. What do we have for Taurus? Okay, Taurus. Taurus, you're facing an internal battle. You're putting on a brave face, but it's as if you want to, you know that your path lies someplace else. I'm not sure that you've communicated that yet, but there are chains that you want to break so that you are able to move into a new zone, something that you feel like you need to accomplish or you need to do for your own peace and sanity. The reason I say that is because he's holding this, I forget what it's called. I should know what it's called, but it's like the doctor's thing. It's like you're doing it for your own emotional well-being. There's a cup right here. And that also she's closing her eyes. I don't know if it's been communicated yet. But it's as if you're being, you know, internally that you need to go. You're trying to find the strength to do this and or communicate it. But just as her in the strength, the lion and the girl are the same, right? It's about finding a way to do this and to communicate they're the same creatures, taming that side of us, but also meeting things like this devil with the right amount, the right level of that strength. But strength also talks about the fact that she's able to, over time, get this big cat to trust her and to engage with her in a way that she wants, right? So all of that is being taken into account here. You may be taking a look at it and being like, okay, well, if I start this, I mean, one, you know, how can I say it kindly? And if it starts getting into like a big argument or situation, how do I resist the urge to fight in the same manner? And how do I hold back from unleashing like a lion, right? Let me see this again. Sorry. I gotta get centered again. Okay. Yeah, the outside it seems fine, but internally it may not necessarily be fine. The outside, it just looks like, it's like in your physical surroundings, Taurus, you have changed. Like I said, the universe is guiding you in this direction to this new path, right? You may have changed, but it's like your environment has not changed. And while you may have changed some time ago, your environment, you have not done so in your environment. I would also dare to say that the changes you've made make your environment uncomfortable, but you see things from a different way. It's this new way of seeing things brings you peace, quite honestly. So it's not as if you're going to change back. Erin's second favorite topic, irrevocable change. Well, I guess it kind of goes with grace, which is, yeah, you've had a level of grace, which is, not ever able, not something that helps you see things in a whole new way. That is my definition of grace. And with that comes, right, to see it in a whole new way means you can't go back, and that is irrevocable change. So I guess it's just one big topic. Right, there's that metering of emotions that I talked about. And when you get ready to move, you'll be able to do that. And in this experience, you will have mastered this craft, rising above it, which will lead you to something more long-term and sustaining in the future. For when you do find that situation that will be more long-term, or the relationship that will be more long-term, you will gain in this aspect. This is that centeredness of emotions, which Tauruses generally have, but this, whatever this was, clearly pushed you over the edge, right? So, or has been over time. And so, we can all, no matter how balanced we are, we can all snap every once in a while, but it's really in that solidity, especially because we were talking about those emotions and emotional well-being, right? Like being able to balance that all out is really what's going to help you in your journey towards this 10 of Pentacles here. Okay. So I'm going to open this up a little bit. Okay. Wow. I'm seeing him as a king right now, so there's just so much of it, so much of that energy, and the Empress energy here too. It's beautiful. So yeah, you're still there, but you soon will be moving on, like we saw with that Chariot. What I was feeling earlier is here, it's that while you may have changed, you're still not changing your surroundings, and you may appear different to the situation that you're in because of those changes. It may not be as well received, right? presenting that burden, but there's something that's missing here that I'm not seeing, and it could be different. Sometimes when that happens, it's because it's different for each and every one of you. I might pull this one down actually, because I want, instead of going up, because I kind of want to know what this was more about, but it has presented a challenge, right? Like, seeing things from another perspective is great, but you know, this is the hangman. Like, it's the time that we've given, the sacrifices that we've made to be here, to see that. And what you may have communicated are the sacrifices that you have made, but you will be moving on sooner. This is, like I said, that Empress energy. There's the stillness, the benefit of this is so immeasurable to get to this, to get to your solid future and to your clarity. Yeah, I'm gonna pull this one down. To see if I can see a little bit more as to why. Oh, you really did give it the good old college try. You wanted to be sure that it wasn't going to pan out. You really, whatever the situation is, you really wanted to give it, it's like you care, like the utmost respect in assuring that you didn't just want to make that impulsive decision, right? You may have wanted to impulsively leave, but there shows a level of trying, of seeing if you could present the change, and the change could be experienced in this outcome. But we're at the end of the journey and we're ready to move on. We're at the 10 of Wands. We're ready to 6 of Swords, take our what we've learned and move along. She also has a cup in her hand here, so this is alluding to this that we've spoken about previously, about the, you know, being solid in your emotions and getting to this emotional well-being that I was talking about earlier. I think, Taurus, I mean, the outcome is solid future and clarity, and so I love to see this energy this way. Just keep in mind about the strength that it'll take to get to this point. And remember that all the work that you do in that will lead you to, that's what we started with, right? You know that that is actually the destined way for you to head. And so that will lead you to this beautiful outcome here. Okay, Taurus, that's what I have for you. Thank you so much for your time and sharing your time and energy with me. I'm wishing you all the best. I will be perhaps going live tomorrow. As it gets closer, I get more nervous. So, because it's not in my general nature. But please, if you can, join me then. I'm going to be doing, I think I'm doing all signs love readings for October. So if you can, join me there and support me there. And as always, Taurus, mahalo.